Greetings everyone, and Grade here of another Dawn of War 2 replay. Spawn top left side as the Lord General, we have a rich piano. Spawn on the bottom right side as the Apothecary, we have Sir, the Degenerator is online. Of course, got a Sentinel versus Tactical Marine, pretty standard. Looks like the Lord General's captured the power point, while the Guardsman captured the VP. And the Sentinel's like to go for... Let's just going to head towards this general area. The Apothecary will be capturing the power point now. Sort of interesting, he went for the VP first. Maybe he's aiming for some early VP gains. Since VPs do count pretty quickly, it can make a difference. The Scout Squad here, we do not see the Stomp upgrade just yet. He probably does not have enough power for it. And currently just sort of dancing around.
Support structure complete.
Yep, so sort of just dancing around these guys. Lord General is engaged from the top ground, high ground. We've got a second Sentinel deployed on out. Tactical Marines are making their advance now. Second Sentinel has been deployed. Tactical Marines do receive a bit of fire there, nothing too significant. We've got another Imperial Guardsman deployed on out. This one has not been upgraded to Sergeant just yet. And there's no missile launcher yet on the squad either. The Sentinel is falling on back, receiving a bit of fire there. Apothecary does get a nice self-heal there. The Lord General's making some withdrawal now. May lose from the Stormtrooper models. We now got the Sentinels pushing the way forward as well. The Sentinels are quite wounded. The Imperial Guardsmen are not reinforced or upgraded just yet either. Apothecary does have enough energy, will have enough energy for another heal on himself. And that Sentinel may actually go down, getting focused down quite significantly. Apothecary's trying to charge him forward. No stomp upgrade. So Apothecary's going to upgrade the custom Storm Bolter. And both Sentinels are getting repaired on up. This one is still quite wounded. Best to keep it back. And we got the Lord General making his way forward, trying to tie up some of these units in melee. He's lost all of his bodyguards. Now he has another Stormtrooper.
Adding support structure.
You got two sergeants now deployed on the field. He's likely eyeing for now some power being brought on in. Still no stomp upgrade, so he didn't really need to use the stomp ability much as well. Oh, nice bluff there. Though I think he was trying to crush the heavy cover rather than trying to stomp on him, or bluff that he has a stomp. Scouts are falling on back. Overall, the map control seems pretty even from both sides. It's just a little bit diagonal on the map. We do have the Devastator Marines being deployed on out, which would be a good suppression squad. Likely going to be upgraded for the advanced targeting. It allows some good armor-piercing rounds, vengeance rounds to be utilized on top of these Sentinels. Imperial Guardsmen are receiving a bit of fire. And the Lord Governor is being upgraded with grenade launchers, which of course will allow him to, and Stormtroopers to be upgraded with grenade launchers. Doesn't grant him his knockback ability, right? Grants him move ability, grants increased speed. So no support other than supporting the infantry rather than crowd control. There's a move ability. It's trying to sprint away forward. That Imperial Guardsman is severely wounded, but they will fall back in time. Tactical Marines are falling back. He has to deploy out a second Tactical Marine squad rather than second Scout squad as well. Sentinel not being repaired up, but does get taken out there. The tank trap did not get deployed on out. And we still got some good fire coming up from the high ground as well by these scouts. The scouts are currently unupgraded. Looks like they need to spawn IFAR as a capping squad. Heavy weapons seem to deployed on out, should help suppress his opponent.
Generator operational.
Devastator setting on up, and the Lord General was unable to close distance. He's severely wounded, but him and his bodyguards will be falling on back. Heavy weapons seems switching the way forward, trying to pass that up a little too far forward because it looks like the Apothecary is trying to get some suppression there. Does get some suppression there, and Devastator set up on the region as well. And Iron there's a soft retreat away, needs to do a full retreat. Does full retreat there. We do have the Sentinel getting repaired while in combat. Tactical Marines are still behind heavy cover as well. Scouts are pushing forward, capturing the left point. Devastators are setting on up, getting some good damage there. Looks like the War General does have a significant amount of range. There's the Vengeance rounds. Not getting as much damage as I actually imagined. Tactical Marines being upgraded with Flamer. Very nice. It's eyeing for some gen bashing. Good grenade damage coming out to the Tactical Marine squad. Sentinel is getting some repairs, but still quite wounded. Tier 2 being researched there by the Apothecary. He is gen bashing these generators. The Flamer may get the kill on that generator. It's pretty close. It looks like Flame Burst did not get the kill there. Could use the Imperial Guardsman to repair it up, but he needs to repair up the Sentinel even more. Devastator getting some good damage there from the low ground, hitting the Lord General. Looks like he's going to upgrade the Sergeant. It looks like a generator does go down to the Apothecary. No stomp upgrade on the Sentinel still. But the stomp upgrade could be pretty useful in trying to displace that Devastator. The Lord General still receiving that fire there, while the heavy weapon seems getting some great suppression there onto the Devastator. Getting some good damage there. Imperial Guardsmen unaffected by any sort of damage so far as well. They actually about ready to heal themselves up the full. Got a mass retreat coming out by the Apothecary. The Apothecary himself is quite wounded. Patch going to stick around to heal himself. We have a Chimera now deployed out. And now here comes the Frag Missile upgrade. It'll help siege these units with a slight artillery effect. Though he's hitting the terrain quite a bit. Flame is pushing his way forward, which will be very effective for some Imperial Guardsmen. Hope for a Melta Dreadnought. A little bit overkill for fighting against a Sentinel, but maybe he is going for the Dreadnought here, which could. It's hard to say. The Chimera is not exactly, I would say, go for full Melta Dreadnought. He could go for a last cannon Devastator in return. Melta Dreadnought seems like just a little bit overkill. Lord Dreadnought's now falling back, being upgraded with the Sergeant. Lord Dreadnought needs to do a full retreat at this point in time. Dreadnought is being upgraded to Assault Cannon. Assault Cannon will be very effective with the Assault Barrage against the Imperial Guardsmen, knocking him back, doing good AoE damage. Rather than trying to defeat the Chimera, he can defeat all the infantry that's the Chimera's support and cause a lot of bleed. Cracked missiles being utilized. The Imperial Guardsmen do hop inside of the Chimera. Doesn't have to be worried about the cracked missiles of the Sentinel, but the Sentinel does have to worry about the Assault Cannon of the Dreadnought. Another heavy weapon squad being deployed now, likely for a las cannon, but we could upgrade this one to las cannon as well.
Adding power generator.
Still just advanced targeting, which can be also useful versus a Chimera.
Generator operational.
Sentinel's making his advance, but that's... The last cannon has been deployed now. Does roll a not shoot the Dreadnought. And no frag grenades thrown on the high ground there. Dreadnought's out of vision range, so what hasn't been hit there?
Readying missile launcher.
He has got the missile launcher on this tactical marine, and going for another missile launch as well. He's going for everything but the Melta or las cannon. Frag missiles are engaging the Devastator. I heard Apothecary medical equipment. Looks he's gotten the improved medical supplies. And the last cannon is now set on up, trying to engage some of these forces.
One of our generators is under attack.
Down south, we do have Melta gun upgrade there on the Lord General. You said you were wanting a Melta gun, right? Well, here's your Melta guns. Dreadnought's making his advance. Gets good hits there onto the Lord General. Oh, and we got a creeping barrage. Knocking back more and more of those Devastator models there. Devastator's completely facing the wrong direction there. And we got a rocket launcher squad at point blank range with its tactical marines, but tactical marines is not exactly hitting the Dreadnought, sort of interrupting the targeting priority, being so close there. One missile hit there, Chimera's charging forward, not anything loaded in the back, so no pinto mounts, or hull mounts, whatever these are called. The Chimera and the Sentinel will be falling back. The Sentinel will likely go down to the fire, does get a stomp there, but the Sentinel does go down. We got Melta upgrades there on the Imperial Guardsmen, as well as just Commissar just popped out as well. We likely will see a Assault Barrage here. No, we do not. His destruction there on one of those power generators, very nice. And here come the plasma guns annihilating these forces, forcing them to fall back. Devastator could be reinforced as well.
The enemy falters, but he is not yet beaten. Generator operational. Your brothers stand ready.
And most of the Lord General will capture up that VP. The Dreadnought's still in the region.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
Apothecary has also been upgraded the combat simulant package, which grants increased damage by an allied infantry, so that the great items go along with some Terminators eventually. Notice that hull mounts or pinto mounts are getting some great damage from multiple angles. We've got some plasma guns here. It does utilize some sort of ability from the Lord General. May execute one of some own models. Yes, Yep, one of the models are down, so I think he executed one of his own models. Or it just went down right there. That must have been the Lord General's Sergeant, actually, right there. One of the Stormtrooper models do go down the Lord General, so one less melt gun for the time being. And the last cannon is firing against targets that are not vehicles.
We shall make it so.
Oh, we got a whirlwind. Not whirlwind, whirlwind. This is not the Caballeros one. A whirlwind will be very effective against Imperial Guardsmen. That's going to be a lot of sustained artillery. And with forward reinforcements, the Imperial Guardsmen will be losing a lot of forces, a lot of requisition. Because the whirlwind barrage, getting some good hits all across the line. Lord General is severely wounded. He's lining up another shot. There we go, that's some good hits there. Last cannon's out of range of the whirlwind. And ooh, that barrage was pretty good. These forces are going to get overwhelmed by that whirlwind. We've got another Devastator up here that's run upgrade Devastator. Gains a good flanking suppressive fire hit. Last cannon's trying to hit that Devastator or Dreadnought. Got a global ability being activated there, but the heavy whips, the last cannon does in fact go down. You can always upgrade this one to the last cannon he is, but needs to fall back to that squad. He won't be able to stay around for much longer.
One of our generators is under attack.
Something about the Lord General. The Lord General is doing some gen bashing of his own thanks to the melter guns.
Lost a generator to enemy fire.
And the Chimera does go down there. Nothing on the inside of it. And Lord General is just getting some full generator bashing. He's getting out a Manticore at this time. I disagree with that. He needs to get some Stormtroopers to get some melter guns in order to help engage, chase down that whirlwind, and perhaps engage the dreadnoughts as well. The melter guns will still be effective versus the heavy infantry of the tactical marines and devastators. Whirlwind's perhaps going a little bit too far forward.
Understood.
Whirlwind barrage there, forcing back those Imperial Guardsmen. Do got last cannon up on the high ground and range the whirlwind. Launches this onto the generator, so it looks like he's going to be out of power very soon. We've got some Ogres supporting out. We upgraded the Bonehead Sergeant now. The Lord General is not reinforced, so they won't have extra Melta guns. And we do got a Creeping Barrage on top of the Devastator Marines. Last cannon set on up, trying to hit that Dreadnought. Ogre's trying to charge on forward. And another assault barrage there, completely whipping though. Ogres are anti-vehicle melee, so they will get some good work in. The Dreadnought's still sticking around. He needs to get out of there because it's going to get ripped apart by that. The Whirlwind will potentially go down to the Lord General. And the Lord General does take out the Whirlwind there. And nice shotgun blast there by the Scouts, knocking back the Ogren. The Dreadnought should have been running away a long time ago. The Dreadnought's down to the last 100 health. 88, 87, 45, 27, 2, 0. So both of the vehicles go down. That is a lot of work done there. I thought... Oh, he did cancel the Manticore, which is a good thing. He did actually cancel the Manticore, but he made a good choice with the Ogre, that's for sure. But I was thinking Stormtroopers would have been the better option, but in this case, he pulled it off, took out both of those guys, and Ogren's still going to be effective versus the infantry, so can't complain about the results. Also, the Lord General has been upgraded with the Commissar and not being upgraded with the Box Operator, and that was a great frag grenade there, but thanks to Commissar, he was able to reduce the damage significantly. The heavy weapons team does have a lascan there, so it's not going to be very useful. Perhaps just use it to go around capturing points along the flanks. Perhaps send it to this point there. Of course, when it's not receiving fire. But there's no need to reinforce it, and no need to use the fight with it for the time being, because it's nothing to shoot at, nothing it can actually do anything with. These forces are being reinforced and healed up. The Lord General could swapping out his weapons, though the melted guns still be effective versus heavy infantry. He does have the Box Operator and the Lord Commissar. He's also getting a Sergeant upgrade there, so it's going to be a full entourage for the Lord General. They did lose one of the models there as well. Ogren's getting some good damage there onto the Tactical Marines. We've got a Creeping Barrage being deployed on now. They are hitting the Ogren. Force Spectre Devastator. I think that Creeping Barrage should be able to win out this fight, no problem. The Plasma Gun, Tactical Marines were forgotten about and fully gets wiped out there. There's now a second Devastator deployed now, so he's gone for 2 Devastators of heavy weapons. Or heavy bolters, no las cannon, or no anything else. Not like you can get anything else. The plasma cannon devastators are a different squad entirely. Another tactical marine squad has been deployed now. Perhaps it's going to be upgraded to Storm Guard veterans. Storm Guard's veterans with high explosive rounds wouldn't be half bad versus these Imperial Guardsmen. Apothecary is seeing quite a bit of focus fire there. Does heal himself right there. Does utilize the combat stimulants there as well. Tactical squads are falling on back. This was being upgraded to Sergeant. This one could use a good heal. And we do have a Chimera being deployed now, which wouldn't be half bad for forward reinforcements. It's infantry versus infantry fight, and he has also Ogrens for anti-vehicle support in case he needs to worry about that. The global ability has been activated. I'm not sure what's activated right there, but those Imperial Guardsmen get required. That entire Imperial Guardsman squad does get destroyed. Ogren are now getting suppressed there by the head Devastators. Chimera's charging on forward, getting ripped apart by the Vengeance rounds. Does pull out the Lord General there, but he's severely wounded. And there is the Storm Guard veterans. Not loaded up, is loaded up with arm-piercing rounds right now. He needs to fall back or else he will get ripped apart. There is also a heavy turret being deployed. Getting some good damage there, but the arm-piercing rounds are doing some good work there. The Lord General needs to support it. Imperial Guards, remaining Imperial Guardsmen need to come forward and get repairs on it as soon as possible. The heavy weapons team is capture points, very nice. Needs a retreat right about now, or else it gets overwhelmed. Central VP has been decrewed. He's starting to prep the heavy turret, and we have a Executioner turret deployed on out. Ogrens are charging forward, trying to tie up that Devastator up in melee. And the Ogrens are severely wounded. They need to fall back. Yep, They will fall back now. They had 3 models, all of them severely wounded. Does lose a model there. The Bonehead Sergeant's still alive. Chimera's charging forward. Oh, hello, thank you for the raid of 2 viewers, Osam Sagax. The Chimera is skirting around the flanks, Executioner turret raining on in. We do have the Devastator Marines being upgraded with Blast Cannon. And the Blast Cannon will be useful in actually sieging the heavy turrets. Are you talking about for the Imperial Guardsmen or for the Space Marines? The Chimera is severely wounded. The Blast Cannon is now engaged in the heavy turret. There's another heavy turret there. So this Blast Cannon will pick them up, so that's a big loss of resources there for the Lord General. And it's also, he saw the Blast Cannon. Why did he should have canceled the Executioner turret upgrade. Oh, did the Chimera go down as well? I wasn't paying attention. Oh, the carcass is right there. I saw it escape with 37 health, thought that was it. I was too focused on the heavy turret being under siege. Or at least this one. That one also goes down as well, so the Lord General's lost a significant amount of assets. At this point, I would probably recommend him saving up for some stormtroopers. What are they, like 420? 400, like, requisition, 20 power? Something cheap. And there could be various upgrades. Honestly, the hotshot las guns, overcharged hotshot las guns with the frag grenades would probably be pretty good at this moment to engage those devastators. Honestly, the scouts have really hardly been in this game. They did a good job for scouting for the las cans. Really good. Heavy weapons team will fall back. The Apothecary is retreating as well. We've got the Tactical Marines along the flank.
Scouts under attack.
Good knockback there. And the Tactical Marines are falling on back thanks to Ogrins closing the gap. Could see a shotgun knockback there by the scouts, but they're a little bit low in energy. Last Cannon Devastator will be all useful for the rest of the game. We got some Stormtroopers being deployed now. Looks like our 415, not 420. And it does stop the capture right there. I probably would have continued the capture. And center, the Stern Guard veterans managed to capture up this VP and making their way toward the center VP. So right now it's a bit of a weird game with the VPs. The Ogrins have been knocked back there, being upgraded to Bonehead Sergeant now. And does capture at that point. The Lord General may just need to fall back at the current rate. All the models are severely wounded. Does lose one of the Stormtrooper models. Stern Guard veterans are receiving a bit of fire there. Stormtroopers are being upgraded to hotshot las guns. I'll allow them to camouflage and throw frags as well. Oh, camouflage always, but throw out frags. IMT capture the point right now. Apothecary is trying to engage at range. The Stormtroopers are captured the point. Devastators are here. That's a heavy turret right there for some odd reason. Why did he deploy a heavy turret right there? Heavy turrets are more of a long-range support. They're not a front-line support unit. Great damage coming on the line, does suppress both of these squads. And something's been deployed on right there. Is it Terminators? Terminators. Well, Terminators out in the field. I don't think there's any way for the Imperial Guardsmen to actually win the game. They're counting, leading down ticks quite quickly. Ogrins are charging forward, but Ogrins will even have trouble versus the Terminators. Melta guns are charging forward with the Lord General, but nothing is on the field ready to counter Terminators. Apothecary is now receiving some hits there from the Ogrin. I've got some shotgun support still here, engaging. Could potentially use a knockback. Yeah, has plenty of energy right now. Melta guns are trying to engage the Tactical Marines. Does throw a frag grenade, but absolutely missed. Ooh, and the Storm Guard veterans fully gets wiped there, holding back the Imperial Guardsmen. He has to charge forward. The central V, or no, this far VP is actually captured up by the heavy weapons team. He may just need to keep that guy there to try to capture the point entirely, but likely does fall back. Shotgun knockback interrupts the capture, but that could give him time to decapture the central VP. He needs to get the stormtroopers trying to capture the point now. Fly out some heavy cover. And the heavy weapons team will run by these forces. Terminators having upgraded the heavy flamer, which is going to be very effective versus his current composition. Has to capture central VP, so it's down to 6 tickets remain. Stormtroopers are remaining being spotted. Ogrins are trying to chop away against those Terminators as they start burning the ground around them, scorching the earth. Lord General does go down there as Stormtroopers have captured the central VP, but they're going to get annihilated. Ogren not falling back. Heavy Flamer making his advance. And that Ogren squad wouldn't fall back. He's going to be thrown away. Bonehead Sergeant, all that remains. And here comes a creeping barrage. Largely in a bad direction. Terminators are eyeing to capture that VP. And now we do have a Primus Psyker on the field cube, but that's the end of the game. Looks like the Imperial Guardsman has surrendered. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and signing off.